Hey, what's going on, everybody? So again, 83 Tercels in the garage. Weird. We just had it in here doing a steering rack, didn't we? Yeah, it's broke again. So, as you can see in this clip that I'm going to put in right now, now that we're done looking at that, as you can see, it's smoking like a train. So I think she popped a head gasket, unfortunately. So yeah, I pulled her in the garage last night. Figured after work today, we're going to start ripping the head off. I'd like to get the head removed, and at least on the bench, which means I need to clean my bench so I can put the head on the bench. Let's get the cleaning the bench. We'll start pulling this head off. And now that we have a little bit of room on the bench, we can go ahead and start pulling the cylinder head off. I put it on the rack a little bit just to not have to bend the back so much, you know, a little easier to work on. Well, there's definitely some water in the oil because it's got like that light brown color. So I want to go ahead and check these head bolts and see if they're tight, which according to the factory service manual, pretty sure they're supposed to be around 45 foot-pounds. So we're going to go ahead and try that and see what we get. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got. Seems like they're all good and tight. But one I can't get to unless I rotate the cam, so we can worry about that. So that don't seem to be the issue. So obviously it's either bad head or just a bad gasket. Alrighty, so I went ahead and pulled the gasket off. We'll take a look at our cylinders. They still look good, a little shiny, but it's got 40,000 on them now. Wasn't really seeing many signs on the gasket, which I'll show on the head side. So here's the cylinder head, which that kind of looked a little, maybe possibly, and then this didn't look so good either. And I noticed this valve is damp over the rest of them. That was my fault when I flipped it. Now here's the top side of the gasket, which would have been the part against the cylinder head, which honestly it doesn't look too bad. This looks like it got a little smushed, which isn't so great, but when you flip it, looks decent. Looks decent. That was that flat spot right there. This spot here don't look so good. And it's cracking all around it, as you can see. So I'm going to assume that that was the side that was bad, and that's why that's warped in, and that's the cylinder that was burning coolant. Because yeah, this should be perfectly round, and instead, see how it's flat? So I'm no engine expert, but I'm thinking that's our culprit number 3. So it's looking like it's just a gasket, so I didn't see any cracks in the cylinder head. We'll go back to that. We'll get another close-up of that. I'll get it all wire wheeled up and cleaned up and stuff, and I'll inspect it again just to be extra sure that it ain't got any cracks. So yeah, looking like a head gasket is my guess, which is not a big deal. I think I got one in the back of the car. We'll go and check. Why not? I don't think it's a Felpro, but obviously the Felpro is not that great anyway because it already popped. It's gonna hit. All right. Look at that. Head gasket. That's what it's like to own a Tercel. You keep spare gaskets in secret special places. There we go. This is the gasket that came with my engine rebuild kit back when I rebuilt it 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I don't know how long it's been. We'll go ahead and get them surfaces cleaned up and start putting it back together. Alright, so now that I'm done struggling to put that cylinder head on because my arms are still kind of tired and weak. Shenanigans. We kind of just ran the bolts in with the electric ratchet. So we'll take a look at the factory service manual to get our proper torque specs and stuff. I'll hold the phone here for a second so you can pause the video if you need the reference to this. Okay, so here's our pattern. There's our torque. So we'll go ahead and start torquing that cylinder head. I already got a torque wrench set with a socket on it. Go ahead and get you guys propped up. And there's a hood rod in the way. We'll change it up. We'll go over here. How about that? There we go. That's a better angle anyway. So according to the service manual, bring it over. I'll see if I can get it in frame for you a little bit. There you go. You can kind of see the picture. So we got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I got a picture here. Because I would forget. There's 1, 2. There's 2. 3's right here. And there's 3. And 4. There's 4. 5 is just behind 2 right here. There's 5. 6 is right here. There's 6. 7's all the way back here. There's 7. 8's right up here in the front. There's 8. 9's back here. Nine. 10's the last one up front. Alright. So now that those are torqued, I'm going to go over them again just to be sure. Yep, see? Settles. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. 3, 4, 6. As you can see, they're all moving again. 6. No, that's the first one that hasn't. 7. 8's this one. Got a little bit of moving out of that one. 9. That one's good. 10's up front. There's our torque. Now, also with these things, after you get a few heat cycles through them, I think it's like around 100 miles, you're supposed to pull the valve cover and torque them in the same pattern again. Let's go ahead and drain this oil and see what it looks like, huh? Yeah, that's always a good sign, right? While that's draining, the rest of the way we'll get the oil filter. Oh, that was horrid. Jesus. Yeah, I wasted like a whole quart right there. That was just awful. That's the way I should have went. Damage is done now. Yeah, that's not gonna smoke or anything. Jeez. Unreal. Do a little more just for the filter. There we go. All right. Now that that's filled up, let's see if she starts. Let's see if we got that timing right. Let's hope. Oh yeah. I don't have the throttle hooked up, so we'll set the choke. Guess I should have hooked that up, but that's alright. Oh yeah. Gotta have battery too. Look at me. All disorganized. Alright. Let's say that's not right. Alright, so take two. I did not have the distributor plugged in. You'll have that on them big jobs. Let's try it again, because I checked the timing and it's showing that it's right. Somebody didn't tighten the exhaust. That was me. Sounds like the timing's right. Alright. The old rookie just didn't tighten the exhaust. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that tight and I guess start putting it all back together now because obviously the timing's right. So, man. Alright, we got coolant in it. I put a gasket in the exhaust because turns out the exhaust was tight, just didn't have a gasket. So, I don't know what happened to it. warm up, see what happens. Alright, so we are in the 83 Tercel, taking it around the block for a quick test drive. It's hard to do one-handed. It's alright. So far so good, running good, temps staying good. Car actually seems to be running a little better, so that says something, right? It's definitely smoother at idle. Smoky smoke, even though the phone's in the way. Seems to be running good. Temp's not acting weird. So yeah, that's cool. Seems to be a successful head gasket swap. It left it sit in the garage and idle for like half hour. Cycled the fan and thermostat a handful of times. I did have to run into town and get a new piece of hose for the heater core. It was dripping, so can't imagine why. I had to use pliers to get it off. So. But otherwise, it seemed fine in the garage, so yeah, cool. So there's a quick video on doing a head gasket on one of these things. Not too bad, pretty simple job. I do it a little different than everybody by leaving all the intake and exhaust manifold and the distributor and all that stuff in the head. I just do it that way because why create extra work? So just pull it all off as once, just a little heavier. Yeah, appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. That'd be cool. Comment down below if you got anything to say, if you got any questions or whatever. So yeah, I guess until the next video, peace.